Hello everyone. We are now in Amsterdam in the tulip season. There are many beautiful tulip pots with many different colorful tulips in front of the Rijksmuseum. Such an amazing atmosphere today. The city is covered of lovely flowers. They do bring us a cheerful feeling when working in this city. And over there in front of us is the world well-known Rijksmuseum, a museum of art and history. And I'm lucky today to see a painter who is painting his
So you're a
paintings.
painter.
Let's make a talk with him.
Yes,
That's your work or is that hobby?
it's my work. It's what I do for a living. I'm
Oh, you really?
a full-time painter, yes. I've been working on this one for about 2 hours. I started a couple hours ago and just did this impression, this sketch of the Reich Museum and there's this wonderful Vermeer exhibit inside, which I wasn't able to get to see. So I'm going to do a painting of the museum, but it's a lot of complexity, perspective issues and drawing. But it was fun. It's kind of like an impressionist painting with the flowers and the people. So it's a quick suggestion of the scene.
Are you here? Are you here on holiday or are you here or are you living here?
I'm just visiting for a few days to go to museums, and then I'm also a guitarist. I'm going to Italy for a
nice.
guitar workshop in swing music, gypsy swing.
Beautiful. Why do you choose this place to paint?
Well, I had a scene that I had chosen earlier. I was going to paint along a canal, but it was too
Too busy.
and there was guys throwing eggs. So it looked like not such a good spot today. So I thought this would be a pleasant spot here, just relaxed
And you have a lot of flowers to live here.
yeah, these beautiful tulips, and it's very quintessentially Dutch because Holland is known for its tulips. So
Yeah, right.
It seemed good.
So who is your big fan? I mean, Van Gogh, Rembrandt, or who?
There are many painters that I admire. Of course, Rembrandt is one of my favorite. You'll see on my YouTube channel. We were here in January, and I especially went to visit Vermeer and Rembrandt, and we just went to the Rembrandt house here in Holland, and they're some of my favorites. But I'm going to Italy next, and there's several Italian painters that I love: Caravaggio and Raphael, of course, and Leonardo da Vinci. They're all wonderful.
Da Vinci,
because,
yeah.
I'm basically a realist painter in those.
You are the realist painter.
Yeah, and of course John Singer Sargent. He's an American painter, but he was born in Florence. Spent most of his time in Europe, and he's a favorite of many painters just because he's so brushy. And then there's one other Spanish painter who's really terrific too, is Velázquez. He's a wonderful painter. There's this wonderful painting in the Prado Museum called Las Meninas. It's just one of my favorite paintings of all time.
Or where are you from?
I'm from United States. I live in a small town in Ithaca, New York. Well, it's not the city. It's not New York City. It's in the middle of the state. And I have an exhibition going on now. It just opened the day before I left at the West End Gallery in Corning, New York. It's a show of my landscapes of the Finger Lakes.
So you are an American painter. Yeah, and which material do you use for your painting? I mean, orange or acrylic or...
Yes, they're oil paints, and here's my palette. I have them arranged in a color wheel here. So these are types of paints I use. Rembrandt's one of my
Oh yeah, my favorite too, but I don't use orange.
Yes, I've been using these since art school days, since the 70s. But here's sort of a fast drying white. It makes the color dry quickly, so it's good for doing these studies.
I have a question.
Yes.
Normally, oil painting take a lot of time to dry. It can take hours or days.
Yeah.
How do you bring this with you? How do you carry it with you without destroying it?
Yeah, well, I have this portfolio, and they actually dry pretty quick. They dry in about a day because I use this fast drying white. The others are normal, but it it dries in about a day. I just take them back to my hotel and set them up. And
Okay, so you bring it by hand, so you carry it by hand.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't have the bed or special
I
bed
have
to.
this portfolio bag here, and then I just put them in here when I'm done, and then just take them back and to my hotel and let them dry there.
How do you like Holland?
I love it. We've been to mostly Amsterdam, but we went to a couple of other cities. We went to The Hague to see the Moritz House. It's a wonderful museum there, and I also did a video there. On my own YouTube channels, I do drawings and I explain about the paintings. They're sort of art history paintings. But I love Holland, and yesterday we went to Haarlem. And
Harlem, yes.
Haarlem. So it's great to come back. I come back to connect with the artists here of the Dutch Golden Age: Vermeer, De
Yes.
Hoek, Metsu, and Jan Steen. These wonderful artists from the Dutch Golden Age. But the last time I was here, I was also here for a guitar workshop. That was sort of the incentive.
How was that?
It was
When was that?
in January. I was here in January.
January.
And the teacher was Robin Nolan. He's a famous gypsy swing guitarist. And so it was a week-long event. And that was that.
So you like Holland for its artists,
Yes, yes. And I also like it because it's a very progressive city. I like the politics and the attitude of being, environmentally aware, doing everything electric, people on bikes, and,
Oh, yes.
And acceptance of a variety. All different cultures are accepted here. So I like the kind of.
Oh, you mean we are very open here?
Yes, very open. Exactly.
More than in America.
More than America, yes.
is-
America is very conflicted now. We have all these divisive things going on. America used to be a country of great vision and hope
freedom.
and freedom and aspiration. But with our last president, it devolved into a bad state. So we have hope now with a new president. In my
Okay,
opinion.
I hope so for you too.
Yeah. So we hope to, at least many of us hope to get back to a time of more acceptance and just the American way of being accepting of a variety of peoples and cultures and
Yeah.
open. Yeah, that's a good way
Let's
to put
hope.
it.
So painting is your passion.
Passion, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is my passion. It's what I'm driven to do. It's what I've always wanted to do. Like I said, I went to an art school and just continued through it at the time. There was one little quote an art teacher said at art school. He said, only 3% of you are going to be doing this in 5 years. And it kind of shook everybody up. It rattled everybody because everybody was there to study art. And we all thought we were going to be doing it. But it was a sobering statistic. But I kind of knew at the time that I was going to be one that was doing it. And I've continued to do it. It is my occupation. I've done
Wonderful.
portraits as sort of my main thing earlier in my career, where I do portraits on commission basis. And I just have a new book out. I just published a new book. It's called Light on the Figure. It's all about painting people. And so that just came out last year.
Wow. So you study art and you continue to work with your passion but is that I mean, do you think you want to give up, or did you ever think that you were going to give up because you don't earn enough of money or something like
Yeah,
that?
well, there've been a lot of times when it's been up and down. It's very fluctuating, but been fortunate for the past couple of decades. It's been pretty good, and I'm very thankful and feel fortunate because most artists just do it as a hobby, and
Yeah.
so I'm one of the few that does it as a living.
So you are a successful painter,
Yes,
I can say.
Yes, I'm fortunate in that respect that I'm able to do what I love.
Wow, that's I think many of us dream about it. Me too. Mr. Brian, thank you so much for your time and for the interview. And I wish you a good time. I wish you a good stay in Holland, and I hope to see more painting from you.
Yes. It's been my honor. It was meant to be. We made some nice friendships here, and also you can look up more on my website. It's just Mrbriankeeler.com.
Sure. I'm going to take a look.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
More bullets of beautiful tulip for you, my friends. It was absolutely wonderful to talk with Mr. Brian about his passion for painting. And now it's time for me to come back home and to cook for myself some delicious food. I hope you have a lovely time watching. See you.